Not every fair value gap is worth trading. In fact, a lot of them aren't. And if you're trading every single fair value gap that you see and you're wondering why you are inconsistent with your trading, well, this video is going to change the way you look at your fair value gaps. All right. I'm going to show you in this video which fair value gaps are worth taking and which ones you should avoid. By the time you get through this video, it's going to be pretty simple. All right. My last video, I talked about how to use the higher time frames, fractal pricing, and where to look for the areas on the charts that price is likely to go. That's a huge thing. If you haven't seen that, watch my last video. That is key. Now, what I've always heard many times is, man, what fair value gap do I take? There's so many fair value gaps that happen. I don't know which one. When I hop in this one, it just keeps going down against me. But there's other ones that I see it barely touches it and it just goes. I see that over and over. And I used to be that way. I didn't know which ones to take. I was kind of the same way. And I was like, oh man, which one? But now I know which ones are the high probability ones, which ones are the ones you want to watch and see how price action reacts to it, and which ones you want to avoid. All right. That is crucial. And I see that a lot, actually. I see a lot of questions about that. On my last video, I had a lot of people reaching out to me, comments on my reels that I posted. Man, my problem is I don't know which fair value gap it. All right. Well, let's put an end to that. I want to make it simple, and I want to show you on a chart here in just a second how to know which fair value gaps to take, which ones to avoid, and which ones are the highest probability. So let's hop on over to my charts. All right. So here we are on my chart. We're on the NQ, and I'm going to show you. I do like to go onto bar replay whenever I'm showing this, because remember, I'm not showing you that I know where price is going and trying to trade it live, right? I'm trying to teach you a piece here, and it helps whenever I go to bar replay and I can cut off all the noise. I can start exactly where I need to, and you can't see anything to the right of the chart. That's why I like to go into bar replay. But my executions and stuff, I always show them. Typically, I'll post them on Facebook or Reels or wherever. So, but what I want to show you here is it all starts with the framework. Remember, if you don't know how to do the framework, if you haven't watched the last video where I talk about the higher time frame bias, the smoothness, the jaggedness, all that good stuff, that is key. This does not work if you don't know how to know where price is going. Of course, we never know for sure where price is going, but you have to have a really good idea and anticipation of where price is going, because without that, you're not going to know which is the high probability, low probability fair value gaps, which fair value gaps you should just watch and pay attention to. You can't know that without having an idea of anticipation of where the market should go. All right. So I'm going to do a real quick, I'm not doing framework and all that kind of stuff with you here, but I just want to show you. Well, first of all, the 15-minute chart to me is bread and butter. It's my bread and butter. I trade one session in the day, in the morning. And if you just trade one session, I highly recommend using this 15-minute chart, because to me, it's just magical. It works so good. All right. So first of all, you have to identify areas that the market could go to. So just so happens today, it's August 11th. Today was actually a really good day on showing this. So I knew I was already going to make this video, how to identify the right fair value gaps to take. And then this morning when I was on the charts, I was like, man, this morning's actually a perfect example. Okay. So first of all, remember, where is the market likely to draw to? Buy side liquidity and imbalances, right? So if you have here relative equal highs, I'm just going to give you an example. Buy side liquidity, right? You have some relative equal highs up here. And then here, let's say you have some sell side liquidity here, right? You got some smoothness down here, some relative equal lows. Okay. So we got some sell side liquidity there. So here's a question I get a lot. And let me just say this, because on this chart, we have two sides of liquidity. We got a buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity, right? So what happens is when the market's between these, remember, the market's going to be attracted to buy side liquidity, relative equal highs, or imbalances. Imbalances could be a fair value gap, right? Volume imbalance, new day opening gap, new week opening gap, right? These are all areas that price is attracted to. Okay. So first of all, I'm watching here, and on the 15-minute, again, watch my other videos, my framework videos, my last video with the higher time frame bias, watch them. It works. So I'm looking here. I already see, there's already we have a little bit of relative equal lows there. We have these relative equal lows here. Let me make sure you can see. Yep. Where it's right here, some smoothness. Then we have some way down here, right? I didn't think we'd get way down there, but I have it marked just in case. Okay. Because each time, then right here, some relative equal lows. So I'm looking at this like, man, there's a lot of sell side liquidity. We could open and go down. Now, here's the thing. we have this bullish 15-minute fair value gap right here in the middle. Okay. So I have to mark that. So if I'm looking at this, and here's the question I get a lot. Okay. If price is coming down, then I start saying, okay, we should take, first of all, these lows, and then we should take sell side liquidity. And I'm looking at that like, once we do that, we should take this sell side liquidity. Then I'm going to look for a trade to go to opposing side liquidity. And for that, I'm going to look for some signatures on the 1 minute time frame. You know, an inversion. I'm going to look for fair value gap, order blocks, things to that nature. That's when I start looking for confirmations that we're going to reverse and go up and attack buy side liquidity. So that's what I'm looking for. And the question I get a lot is, well, if you know it should come down here, why don't you just take a trade to get down there? Because that's low probability. Before it reaches that sell side liquidity, whether it's here or here, before it reaches that, any fair value gaps to that short side, it's low probability. Why? Because you don't know for sure it's going to get down there. But what I do know for sure is if it does get down there, then it should go for opposing side liquidity. And then these are going to be high probability fair value gaps. Okay. So that's just one key. That's just one rule, one thing. Okay. So, I mean, that's the biggest key, is anticipating where price should go. Now, you might say, okay, well, that's because we have both buy side, sell side. What if the market was already up? Then remember my last video when I said the key is if it's already taken this, you have to look back. And then we have smoothness down here. Well, now it's jagged, right? I don't need it to go up anymore. Now I'm just looking for the reversal and to come down. And every single fair value gap going down, or PD array, which would be an order block, anything on this move down should hold all the way till it gets that sell side. Same thing. If it comes down here, takes the sell side, reverses, every PD array on the way up should hold until it reaches an imbalance or liquidity. That's that simple. All right. Now it'll make more sense once we get down to the 1 minute chart and I start showing you guys. Okay. So here, I want to first show you, I have sell side, all these sell side areas marked, right? Because if we open, and basically what I would look for is, since we have these relative equal lows, do we open and go into this 15-minute fair value gap and look to take this buy side? And if that happens after it sweeps buy side, then I'd be looking for a drop. Now, if it opens, gets through here, takes this and takes sell side, then I'd be looking for the reversal to go up. And that's it. So every time after it takes, sweeps these liquidity areas, then every PD array, and if you trade fair value gaps, every one of them on that way up to that next pool of liquidity should work. And they're going to be the high probability ones. But until that happens, your fair value gaps are going to be low probability. All right. I hope that's making sense, but let's go to the 1 minute chart now and let's break it down a little better. Okay. Because I want to show you this. I want this to make sense to you guys. All right. So you can see on the 1 minute chart, yeah, sell side liquidity looking good right here. But now what else do you notice? This is what I notice as well here. We have some smoothness here. Lots of buy side liquidity in here too. So, okay. So we'll see the market when it opens, it could go up, take this out, come down, or it could go down and go up. So remember, if I'm expecting a bullish move for the day, then I want to see it attack opposing side liquidity first. Okay. So this is another key. I want to bring you back here because there's a couple golden nuggets in here, y'all. All right. If I'm expecting a bullish move to end up going bullish for the day, or if I have a high probability area that I think it's going to go up to, I want to see the market draw down into what I said a minute ago, liquidity pool, imbalance, whatever. Draw down first into that and then go attack where I think it's going to go. That's typically when I have one side of the liquidity there. When I have both sides, I need to see it go into one direction and go to the other. So that's plain and simple. Every single time when the market opens, I need to see it go opposite of where I think it's going to go. All right. So now let's hop over to the 1 minute here. And let's go back here. Let me show you this because look, smoothness down here. Now I got to zoom out a little bit and look over here to the left because you got to look left too. We have this low, so I can look at that as a sell side liquidity. Then what do we have right here? Smoothness. So we could attack that. So to me, it's like, man, there's a lot of sell side liquidity, a lot. And then down here, though, is the 15-minute right here. Let's go ahead and change that text to 15-minute sell side liquidity so we don't get that confused. right there. That's where I'm expecting it to go. I prefer it to go. I really don't want it to just sweep these down here because like I said, the 15-minute is my bread and butter. But let's see what happens. It could go up first, could go down first. We have both sides of liquidity. So all I'm doing is I'm waiting. So look, when we open, look at that. We just drop straight through this 15-minute fair value gap. Now look at this. Look at this smoothness up here. I'm definitely expecting price to draw back up. And then we have this big fair value gap right here. Okay. Price doesn't even come back to it. It doesn't come back to it. Now watch as we go down to these sell side liquidity areas. We're drawing down so far. There's still not a fair value gap to trade. Remember what I said. Here's our first fair value gap. Would you take this as a short? Personally, no. Why? Yes, we took these 1-minute sell side liquidity pools, but the 15-minute one is right down here. What's that? 45 points away. So remember what I said. Until it takes that liquidity, these are going to be low probability fair value gaps. Could it work? It could, but the higher probability ones, look at this smoothness, y'all. I'm telling you, if you haven't seen my videos on that, or if you haven't watched ICT's videos on that, do it, because the higher probability is once it takes this, then fair value gaps up, that's going to be the higher probability to try to reach up here. Now, you always have to keep in mind this big fair value gap. So it could get in there and kind of paint around and not just go straight up or pull back. Okay. So here we go. Let me ask you this. Another question. If you did short this, where's your stop? Where would you put your stop? Because you have to remember the market has to trade, has to be able to trade in certain areas. Are you putting your stop at the high of the candle that made it? If not, where's the next place? Up here? Well, that's that buy side liquidity. That's the smoothness. You don't put your stop up here where price is likely to go. So could you take a shot and put it at the high of this bar? Possibly. I wouldn't. But let's see how that works out if you have your stop right here. Oh, it might be working. So this is an inversion now. But we also get this bullish one. I'm not too eager right now to take a long yet because we have that 15-minute sell side liquidity below. I'm willing to wait a little bit to see if we get down there. And that's why I'm also not taking this fair value gap. So how do you know which fair value gaps to take? It all depends on where the liquidity, right? Has it taken liquidity? Where's the liquidity? To me, it's right there, that 15-minute sell side liquidity. All right. So that's what I was watching this morning. So I'm going to speed it up a little bit here. And you see, boom, there we go. Now we took the liquidity. Now you're looking for the signals of a reversal. Look at this wick. Let me show you. Check out this wick. Long wick, midpoint. That's the first thing I'm looking at. Okay. The second thing I'm looking at. Look at the fair value gap right here. I'm waiting for this to become an inversion. Once this becomes an inversion, we're going long. Okay. So the first thing, can we get back below the midpoint of this wick? That's what I'd be watching. Because look at the bodies closing right there at that sell side liquidity. Can we get lower than this if this holds? If we invert that. Okay. The midpoint of that wick. That's a huge signal. Midpoint of that wick is holding. Now we're at the midpoint of this fair value gap. Now we got to see. And this is where you wait and watch. Because, you know, you're not always going to be right. But so now I'm waiting. We're back inside the range of that sell side liquidity. So far, this is held. So we'll see which, you know, does it go up above that fair value gap or does it hold here? Okay, so that's what I'd be watching real time. Now, I'm looking at this like we've traded through. We haven't quite inverted it yet, but is this going to be a bullish order block? And then look at that. So what did you miss right here? If you missed it. So now we got the inversion, but you had this fair value gap would have been the one for me to take right there. Why? Because, and this one I actually did take. Here's your inversion. Let's change the color so you can see it clearly. Look at this candle. We're going to zoom in here. You already have all the other signals, right? All the other patterns here to tell you we're probably reversing. Look at this candle. Look at the high of it. 705.75. Look at the low of this wick that created that inversion. 705.50. 705.50. 705.75. Trade all the way through it with one tick for slippage. Created this fair value gap. Right? order block already took sell side liquidity. You have this rejection right here on the midpoint of the wick perfectly. Everything is telling me this fair value gap and order block is the place to take a trade. That's where I want to go long from, right there. And that's a good one because the number one key is we took that sell side liquidity. So you got to wait for that. Have the patience and wait for that. And then you know that's the right fair value gap to take. Now, what about the days that it's not clear? What about the days you can't identify where it's going to go like that? Guess what you do? See this button right up here, top right? That's a close your charts button. Close your charts. Don't trade. Don't trade. It's that simple. Now, where would I take this trade to? Well, I took this trade to, let's see, we got a long right there. You could take it right to this high. That's great. Perfect. But this, remember this big fair value gap we have here? Let's get rid of this here so we can see a little better. And we thought we had a little volume. But yeah, we got a little volume bounce right there. So I had it marked down like that. Okay. Right there. Target. And then you got a fair value gap here, but I don't think it ever came back to it. Bam, there you go. That's all you do every day. And if you do this, and at this point, regardless, if it gets up here to these highs, great. I don't need it to because this was my target right here. Remember, it's going to go to, after this, the next area of liquidity or imbalance. Where's the imbalance? This big imbalance. Why do you want to try to take a trade through that? To go up there. No, just take your profit right here. That was what? 87 points? That's it. I'm telling you, just do this and wait and be patient, and you're going to have a really, really good consistency going forward. All right. It's the times when you start trying to trade every fair value gap. Now, in this case, if you traded this short, yeah, it eventually got down there, but where was you stop? Did you have good risk management? I don't know. Like now here, this bullish one right there. When it touched it here, would you have taken a long? If you did, that was a loser. So that's what waiting for the right one is. So I hope this made sense. I tried to make it a little more simple. So basically, I just wanted to really find a way to keep it simple for you all because I know the importance of not trading every single fair value gap because I used to do that. You can't trade every single one of them. You got to wait for the right ones. And it all goes with the market structure, the framework, what you're waiting for. Okay. So I hope this video helped you and I'll keep making some more. I'll try to make some simplistic breakdowns, but keep in mind, I have the weekly newsletter that I offer straight to your email inbox. The link is in the description below. Make sure and please hit the like, subscribe on this channel, and also have my free prop firm guide as well on in the description. The link is there. And if you do buy any Apex accounts, I always ask if you could please use my code WIN, WIN. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. And on to the next one. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. And as always, trade well, everybody. Take care.